Hello, my name is Melissa Oates, and I'm here to share with you my educational philosophy. Why education is an important profession? I believe that education is an important profession because education shapes individuals, communities, and society. As an educator, I view teaching as a public service that cultivates critical thinkers, responsible citizens, and lifelong learners. The profession matters because it opens opportunities, reduces inequities, and helps learners develop the intellectual and social skills needed to navigate a complex world. It influences equity and should be the motivation that launches a partnership in readiness for future workplaces. So, how I like to be taught. So, as a learner, I learn best in environments that balance structure with choice. Must have clear objectives, respectful dialogue, and opportunities for active engagement that help me internalize content. I value formative feedback that is timely and specific, with collaborative learning that allows for perspective sharing and tasks that connect theory to authentic practice. When instruction models reflect practice and demonstrate vulnerabilities about the mistakes that are made, it normalizes growth and deepens learning for me. I appreciate learning experiences that balance structure with opportunities for inquiry and where the teacher can model thinking for me and encourage reflection. I learn from opportunities that help me internalize concepts and apply them meaningfully. How I plan to approach my learners. So I approach learners with dignity, high expectations, differentiated support, empathy, and cultural responsiveness. I begin on day one with establishing trust that I am there for the students' success to build trust, and my entry point is building relationships. I listen first to understand students' backgrounds, goals, strengths, and barriers, and I design instructions that is culturally responsive and accessible, using multiple approaches so that learners can access and demonstrate understanding in varied ways. I prioritize safety, both intellectually and emotionally, so students feel comfortable with taking a risk. I prioritize safety both with intellectual and emotional because I feel like both aspects are important. Also, scaffold independence, gradually transferring responsibilities as learners and demonstrating readiness. I create safe classroom cultures where questions are welcomed, mistakes are treated as learning opportunities, and curiosity is encouraged. With my teaching style. So my teaching style is learner-centered and adaptive. I blend direct instruction for essential concepts with experiential inquiry driven activities that promote critical thinking and collaboration. Classroom routines are intentional to maximize instructional time. I do teach bell to bell, and formative assessments are able to drive pacing and differentiation. I teach students to plan, monitor, and evaluate their learning so they become self-regulated and reflective. And lastly, how I support learning. I support learning through clear objectives with varied instructional strategies and continual assessment. I use formative assessments to guide instruction, provide targeted feedback, and adjust pacing. I incorporate multi-model resources, real-world connections, and technology thoughtfully to increase engagement and accessibility. I collaborate with colleagues and families to ensure consistent support for each student's growth. So, with the why of my educational philosophy, I do feel that with education being the forefront of every career choice that a person can choose out there, whether it is a doctor, lawyer, preacher, teacher, scientist, biologist, whatever, they had to have a teacher at some point in their life to get to where they are. So an educator's role is very important to just a human being. Even down to the parent being the first teacher of a child. Educators matter. And without educators, no one could reach the goals that they would want to reach in their lives. Educators can pave the way with the initial belief system in someone. I know I've had a lot of encounters to where I've had students who came in, my content was rigorous, it was hard, it was challenging, but because I gave them the assurance that I would help them meet the goal of success in the class. A lot of students ended the class with, I did it. I was able to do it because of the help of my educator, my teacher. So I do believe that a teacher can make a big impact and difference in a learner's life. As far as my why of how I like to be taught, I do learn from environments where things are shown to me. I like hands-on learning. I'm a musician and a creator, so all things are hands-on for me. Kinesthetics are important, also visual and audible. So I'm a little complex in my learning aspect, but I get it for my learners and the students that I teach. So I'm able to differentiate a little easier because of my own learning style. How I plan to approach my learners. I like to approach my learners how I like to learn. Because I am a complex learner, I have a hands up on reaching all students, and it's very beneficial for me. And then my teaching style is very learner-centered. I want to make sure that what I'm teaching is not just benefiting me, but it is retained and regurgitated with the students. And how I support learning. I'm big on PLCs. I'm big on collaborating with other teachers, mentors, and just experts in the field of whatever I'm teaching. I like to reach out for resources that are out there, just so that I can always expand on what I do know, so that the student is well-rounded in all aspects and up to date with all information that they need. And that is my why, and that is my educational philosophy. Thank you.